All right, Zatima fans. Now, over the past several days, I've been, sent the full interview or a number of clips on Twitter from Crystal and Devale's conversation with Jazzy Jazz on YouTube. And there will be a link in the comment section below because it's about 15 minutes long. But this is probably outside of, Devale and Crystal's live streams. This is probably my favorite to the point answering a bunch of common fan questions interview that I've seen of these two. And trust and believe, they've had a number of great interviews because their personalities really shine through. But, I really think this answers a lot of questions. And I don't even want to seem like I'm half-assing this video, but I feel like you are doing a disservice to yourself, like me, for not watching this video days ago. But you're doing yourself a disservice if you don't watch this interview. I mean, it just makes you appreciate the Zach and Fatima dynamic even more, because not only do they respect their fans, they love and respect their fans. They love and respect their characters. And of course, they love and respect Tyler Perry and his work ethic. So I just want you to take a moment. If you wanted to pause this video, then watch the full interview and then come back so we can talk about it, that would be great. I'll wait. Okay, I assume you paused and went back to watch the interview and now we can talk about it. But I like the fact that they really squashed the whole thing about, wow, how does how does Devale's wife, Kadeen, he's married, he has a bunch of kids, but, he's acting, with these, female partners on television and movies. How does that work? And he's very disciplined, and I just love that answer. I think it's simplistic and, well, enough said. Monogamous relationships are, what he really strives to practice in his life. And I think for me, that was refreshing to hear, because over the past week or so, with all of the various Maroon 5 lead singer, DMs girl about naming him and his wife's upcoming baby after her mistress. Nia Long's fiance or longtime boyfriend apparently involved in a scandal. Ned of the Try Guys cheats on wife with a female employee and all this and that. So to actually just hear, yeah, I love my wife. I have a lot of beautiful, ladies on movies and TV, their romantic love interests, and they're all beautiful in their own way, but I'm just disciplined. And then, of course, I love how Devale is as devoted to Crystal as Zach is to Fatima, and that he wants what's best for her. So when the question kind of shifted gears to, Crystal, are you single? Are you booed up? And how do you discern clout chasers from those who really want, to be with you? And then Devale jumped in talking about how it ain't just me, but her father, her brother. It's like there's a group of men to weed out the wolves. And my favorite part was the fact that, no, we do a check, to make sure everything's cool, because if she comes to work upset over some mess you did, then that's going to mess up our work vibe, and that's going to mess with the bag. I love it. It's hard to really distinguish Zach and Fatima from Devale and Crystal, because this literally felt like I was watching, I don't know, a deleted scene from Zatima. Like, let's say down the road, Zach gets so huge in the stock game and whatnot and house flipping, and Crystal, either she pursues law or she becomes, something else in life, and they're both famous and they're being interviewed right now. That's what it feels like. It literally feels like an extended cut from Zatima. Like, hey, you won't find this on BET Plus. But then it shifts gears to their respect of Tyler Perry and, I heard he's like, a taskmaster. I actually had pancakes this morning and my mouth is kind of still sluggish from the syrup, so I will try to say this right. Taskmaster. But then it's like, well, it's more of a task manager where he's filming while sitting looking at 4 monitors, editing as he films, and he knows what he wants to do. And that's the thing, like I said, what did I do? I think I did a post last night about the Atlanta episode that was a parody of Tyler Perry. And I think that I mentioned in that caption and in the video review I did where I said, I don't always agree with the Tyler Perry Studios method because there are some projects that I feel could have baked a little bit longer in the oven before it was served to the public, but the man knows what he wants. And that's a consistent phrase I hear from actors, that Tyler knows in his mind what he wants to happen on set and in the project. So basically, what we're seeing is what's in his mind. Like, he knows what he wants and he knows how to get it. Now, will we always like the vision he has? No, not every episode is perfect. Not every movie is perfect. If you watch my channel, you know how I feel about certain things. But overall, I can't fault the man for... You can't help but admire him for being able to create what he envisions. I think it's the right way to say that. But aside from that, I love the international fame because what did Devale say when he and his family were in Aruba or somewhere like on a small island, and then a bunch of people like, yeah, Zach. But I love how Crystal said, yeah, it's to the point where I can't really go out in public because, people will run up on you. Some people are respectful, other people like you mid-bite Fatima. But I order in a lot, and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I mean, being an introvert and not really going out much at all. Look, where I live now, there's really no place to go. I went to Brook Neal yesterday with my nephew and sister because he was off from school and she was off from work. That was like a 20-minute drive and kind of an adventure. That's like that's like Food Line, Dollar General, and no restaurants. So that's like a very small little stop in town to get what you need to get and move on forward. But yeah, I mean, for me personally, I wouldn't care about not being able to go out in public because I barely do it now because I do YouTube. Yeah, but in any case, yeah, the ordering in thing, can't do that. Where I live now, there is no DoorDash. We're too far out in the country. But I just love the fact that they really talk about how different a Tyler Perry's career can just take you to the next level. Like Devale and his wife and family, they were at a certain level of notoriety and fame prior to Sistas, but then with Devale getting that role, it just took it to another level. Pretty much, taking what he and his wife had with the podcast, the YouTube channel, and just skyrocketed. Because, like I said, I was pretty much unaware of the Deadass franchise prior to Sistas. So when I watched him, like, wait, that's the guy. So with Crystal, having a history at Tyler Perry Studios and then eventually working with Tyler one-on-one as like his style consultant, and now boom, Fatima. It just shows that sometimes, what's the saying, when God blesses you with a little, do your best to cultivate it, and then he'll bless you with more. Because who would have thought a small season 1 role as Fatima would eventually snowball into a recurring role and now a spinoff. So yeah, there's more I could talk about, but I don't want this video to be as long as the interview. So please take a moment, or actually I already asked you early in the video to watch it, so I'm going to assume you've already watched it. If you watched the interview, did you love it? I sure did. I mean, 15 minutes and I could listen to these two talk for a few hours. Also, they did an interview on a news station in DC, so I need to check that out as well. Yeah, that's what I'll do. All right, so well, thanks so much for tuning in. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.